Welcome to Sansu Tulsa. I'm Master Mac. Thanks for checking back in with us for these video tutorials that we're doing. Hey, today we're going to be looking at the Combat Mala. Now, the Mala is really nothing more than a string of beads. It can be a tool for meditation. It can be worn as a necklace, or it can be used as a bracelet. Whatever intention that the owner might have for it. A full-size Mala is 108 beads. It's joined where they have what they call the guru bead. Typically, they're pretty fragile. This one is not. So today's Mala I'm using is made by Kirby Schmidt from Western Shore Designs. You can find him on Instagram. Highly recommend it. So before we actually get into working with the Mala, let's start taking a look at some of the things that we need first before we do that. Number one is we need to think about our movement. So the movement I'm going to take from today is very much from FMA styles, Pacamut particularly. Typically right-handed, I'm going to be with my right hand out front. If I'm using my weapon, a lot of times it's going to be I want that to be front. I wear my Mala on my left hand. We'll get into this a little bit later, why, even though I'm a right-handed person. So I am going to train myself to fight from the left-hand side. And what I want to be able to do is I want to be able to, one, pick up my heel on my toes and rotate on the ball of the feet right here. So this gives me a lot of power in turning my bodies. I want my hips, my shoulders to synchronize. Let's take a look at one of the tools specifically that we borrow from. An discriminant stick. They're typically about 26 to 28 inches long. My Mala is about 25.5 inches long. So it kind of matches as far as length and reach goes. A little bit different. This is obviously a solid weapon. This one is flexible. However, we want to follow the same line. So as I'm moving my body back and forth, I want to follow the same lines that I'm going to follow if I was using the Mala. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we want to add 7 and 8. Okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now let's look at defense. So we're going to steal from Krav Maga baton to make it the most simple. And again, flexible weapon, one that's not. So what I'm going to do is grab it with just a little bit, maybe sticking out on the ends, but nice comfortable grip. Alright, and I'm going to block up, block down. Okay, I can block to the side, side. Notice how I'm going to go from one angle to the other. So if I was to follow 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I know, it doesn't look like a weapon, does it? It's a belt. However, a lot of people in the martial arts, especially your Aikido people, some Jiu-Jitsu folks like that, have been taught how to use one of these as a weapon. And basically, again, you're talking about something very flimsy, but now, what was our blocking techniques we just did? Okay, so if I block high, low, up here, down across, here, 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 here. Notice how it still applies. Could double it if I want to. Same thing. Okay, grab it here. Okay, from the garrote, there's another tool that we use a lot of in Krav Maga. We're taught definitely at the advanced levels. And this allows us again to block, 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 and it also allows as I go around to catch, and I can catch things. And we'll take a look at how that can happen as well. Last but not least, we stole from the whip. Anybody that's had a little fun with a bath towel could understand what some of these techniques are for, right? So I have my full range here. I can flip it just like I'm flipping with a bath towel. it is really gnarly with one of these. Let's get down to playing with this little bad boy right here, our Combat Mala from Western Shore Designs. So first of all, I wear mine on my left hand. The reason being is that this is my hand that I'm trying to get people to give me a little space with. As an everyday carry weapon, I can hit, and I have my other weapon as well. Okay, so as I'm out here flailing, I can work with my weapons if I need to. Okay, hopefully things don't come down to that kind of situation. For me, again, I think we talked about this a little earlier, I like the wrap method. My biggest fear of something like this, obviously, is somebody grabbing hold of it and it tangling on my body and then being able to pull me. But this allows me, again, to release myself. So let's look at deployment and some use. All right. First of all, we have ranges. All right. If I can touch you, you can touch me. We're close. If I can touch your hand and you can touch my hand, we're at a mid-range. If we're outside of that, we're at long range, or we can touch our weapons, providing enough firearms. How do we deploy this? Well, obviously it's on my hand right now. How do I strike this person? They move in. Well, I like to use the palm side if I'm going to use this thing, for the simple reason, this is where I have softness at the palm and the heel of my hand. This is hard. Stealing from the Chinese martial arts, hard on soft, soft on hard. This allows me to have something here where I can hit and still stay padded. Not to say that I wouldn't hit somebody here. I also have padding here if I can focus on this piece right here. Okay? But I don't really want to hit on the wrist, around the wrist, or the back of the hand, because that's where bones are, and I could injure me as much as my assailant. So deployment and striking especially. I'm in close, okay? My maul is wrapped around my hand. Strike. As I move away, I can hit and keep working ranges until I'm at my maximum range. Next up, body movement, angle of attack. All right, so at this point, I'm going to go ahead and be using my Mala at its full range. I'm just going to go ahead and have a nice little handhold grip right here. I'm not necessarily, I could wrap it around, whatever you feel comfortable with. It's really up to you, okay? But we're going to go through our basic strikes. So coming from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? Real simple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now obviously, offense would be great, but sometimes we have to block. So going back to what we were talking about a while ago with our belts and our flexible weapons, I want to be able to pull this and be able to block. Okay, so I can block, strike, block, strike, block, strike, block, strike. So again, your basic blocking. The other thing we want to take a look at here too on this is when we start talking about borrowing from a whip, and now this is one, be really careful when you play with one, especially one as heavy as this one, because if it comes back it might bite you. But for your whip strikes, so as I'm coming, I want to be able to hit like a whip. So whack, whatever angle I want to be able to hit from. So I'm coming in here. Trying to send it more in a straight line than really so much as it coming as a, it may be a slap, but I'm really trying to send it straight to him. All right, the next cool thing about having a flexible weapon is you can actually do catch and control. Here in a minute, I'm going to have my son, Chase, come help me here. So what we're going to do is we're going to learn that as I block, I can actually come in and grab and hold on to something. So this doesn't really give me too good of an example, but say I come in and I block this, it allows me to wrap around. All right, let's see how this works. Hey, thanks for watching us today here at Sansu Tulsa on our video lessons. Today's Combat Mala. Again, we can't thank our friend Kirby Schmidt enough and Western Shore Designs on the awesome style that he's provided for us. Chase actually has another one that's even what I consider more gnarly. Check him out. If you have any questions, give us a call. Thank you so much. Stay safe out there.